Today I'm going to show you how to replace the back fender on the NIU KQi2 electric scooter. So to get the fender off, we first need to remove the grip tape, then remove this top panel. And under this panel you can see there are 4 screws holding the back fender, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. So you also need to remove this cover. It covers the battery and control compartment, because to remove the back fender you will need to disconnect the back light, and the light cable and the motor cable go through a rubber gasket over here and through the bottom plastic panel and into the fender. So before we remove the fender, we first need to disconnect the wires and turn the scooter around and take off this bottom panel, because I'm not sure how the wires are exactly connected to it, and you can't see the wires from the bottom because they are under the bottom cover. So you can also use this part of the video removing the bottom cover in order to remove the back tire, because you need to remove the bottom plastic cover to get to the nuts that hold the back tire in place. So I'm gonna turn the scooter around and then we will come back and I will show you how to remove the bottom panel. To see the detailed instructions on how to remove the top panel and get into the battery compartment, I will link my disassemble video of that section of the scooter in the video description, and you can check that video out in order to get to this point of the disassembly. Okay, now we have the scooter turned around, so we need to remove 6 screws that are holding the bottom panel to the metal construction of the scooter. So 3 on this side and then 3 on the other side. We are gonna have to remove the kickstand as well to get it off, because you can't get it off otherwise. Okay, the kickstand is held in place by 2 black Allen screws. And now we should be able to take off the bottom panel. So this is the bottom panel. Now with the bottom panel removed, we have a better view of the back tire and the axle nuts, and we also have a better view of the 2 rubber gaskets. So the gaskets are actually quite big and go all the way out, and they have been further sealed by some silicone or other type of sealant, and the motor cable is nicely routed. There are some retention clips here and it's routed into the motor, and the light cable goes into the fender enclosure up there. So we also get a better view of the construction of the scooter. There is a support beam at the back and the pipes are quite substantial. Now that we see them all the way, there is a VIN number stamped on the bottom here, and at the front you can also see that the rubber gasket is also further sealed with white silicone or some other sealant, not quite sure what it is, but it's sealed, so even if some water was to get onto the rubber gasket itself, there is additional protection. And here you can see the metal pipe construction from the bottom. Here is the wire that goes into the stem. Okay, so to remove the fender, we now need to turn the scooter other way around and disconnect this light cable from the controller. To fully remove the fender, while you have the scooter upside down, you should cut off this white silicone to free up the cables. So once you turn the scooter around and remove the screws holding the fender to the frame, you will be able to pull the cables through and remove the rubber gasket. I'm not going to do that in this demonstration because I don't want to reapply the silicone if I don't have to. So the cable is pretty tight, so I will turn the scooter around, I will show you how to remove the fender, and we will end the video there. It should still provide a detailed overview of how to do it, apart from the last step of pulling through the cables. And while we have the scooter upside down, you can also see that if the hook on your scooter breaks, if you remove the fender, there are screws from the underside that hold the hook in place, so you will be able to replace it. But NIU sells the whole back fender assembly as one piece, so it's easier just to replace the whole piece. And on the back here you can also see additional screws where you can attach a license plate holder in countries where that's needed. Okay, so let's turn the scooter around and I will show you how to remove the top screws to loose the fender and take it off. Okay, so now we just have to remove the two screws here and these two on the other side. And once you have the cable disconnected and the seal removed, the cable can just slide through and you can remove the fender. Okay, and now the screws have been removed, and as you can see, the whole fender can now come off. If you had the cable disconnected here and the rubber seal removed, then you can just pull the whole fender off. So that's the whole process. The main downside is that if the fender for whatever reason breaks, you pretty much have to disassemble nearly the whole scooter to get to these screws, disconnect the light cable and then remove the cable carefully from the bottom. But otherwise it's not too complicated. There is no glue or other seals that would be damaged, other than perhaps the grip tape on top. You need to be careful when removing the grip tape in order not to damage it. If you want to see how to disconnect the cables from the controller, I will also link my other video in the description where I go over replacing the whole controller, and there you will see how to carefully disconnect the cables in case you need to remove the fender. Okay, so that was it for the Fender disassemble video on the NIU KQi2 Pro 2. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and if you would like to see future scooter content, You can subscribe to my channel and let me know what you would like to see in the comments. Thanks for watching.